To our sponsors, Cigar Lighters, the #1 back cigar lighter. Hayes Gray Cigars, we've got your sticks. Madre GTO Cigars, the best cigar you'll never smoke. Bam Cigars, badass cigars for badass people. Beard Apothecary, life's too short to have a naked chin. Ironclad Cigars, don't be basic, be ironclad. Now light one up, and let's get into the show.
Boy, how good perfect timing was that?
That was perfect.
I heard it go good. I hit the button and it said,
Story no nos, Scott. Hostia.
Joder!
Hostia, joder.
What's up? Yeah, what up?
What
You
up,
in
Doc?
surgery?
What up, Gus?
Well,
Are
guys,
you in surgery, Doc?
No, today I'm just on call, so nothing's happening, which is really, really good.
That is good.
I got to rest a little bit, let my hair down.
Both of them.
you did perm. I see you did perm.
Oh my gosh. What is it's probably, I mean, it hasn't been that long since I've seen you, but it's probably been a while since you've been on here. It has probably been about a year maybe since you've been on here, possibly. Nah, it ain't been that long though. Maybe.
Yeah.
Hell, I don't even know anymore.
Wait a minute.
Been a minute, man. I thought you guys were hating on Mexicans or something.
Oh, don't make me laugh.
I will say you're the worst Mexican I know. For Dominican, yeah.
That's funny.
Okay.
What is up?
What up,
is
hey,
up?
Brady?
What's up, bro? What's up, Gabe?
So, Doc, what is this event we're going to? I'm alleging that when is that event at Sheepdog?
That's a good question.
Oh my God!
Shut up.
This is rapid fire, man. You're supposed to be right on it.
Oh, let me see. Sheepdog. Where is the sheepdog? Sheepdog. I believe Sheepdog is. Oh, right here. May 9.
Oh shit!
May 9th?
May 9th. I won't make it. I
Oh,
gotta,
that's next week.
I gotta text Joe. I gotta let him know I won't make it. I have my wife leaves out for we have 2 events for the beard company that day, and she has and she flies out to Connecticut.
No.
So if I dare try it, yeah, it's hold on.
Gus says, man, Dr. O, that's my twin brother.
Where have I seen? Where do I know Gus from?
I don't know that
You met
alligator
Gus,
snake wrestler from South Florida.
you met Gus.
Cigars.
One thumb.
Oh, yeah.
Gus one break at that. You missing
You,
that
you
thumb?
mentioned at the TPA event by my
Yeah.
lounge.
In July last year.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I thought he might have done time with me at the federal prison or something.
Nothing is off the table. Nothing is off the table when we talk about you.
You never know.
You guys are terrible.
I am a little mad.
I need to get a stick. I don't even got a cigar here.
I've got cigars. I just don't have any GTO. You know, those that know and smoke GTO, but I looked and looked and looked, and then I thought, well, maybe my wife still had some from July, but I already snuck in and smoked all them too. That's a problem around my house. Good cigars, they don't last.
They disappear.
Yeah, they don't stick around. While I was looking for a GTO, when we had Hayes Gray on the last time, I knew I had a cigar, and I found it this time. So I know right where it's at.
Look at here. I found me one.
Imagine that. Do you smoke a lot of your own cigars?
I do. You know, like since I'm the the blender and the quality control guy. I gotta smoke them every day. You know, because I'm always checking I
like your thinking.
the blend.
It's hard, right?
Somebody's got to do it. How do I get that job where I'm just quality control? I just walk around and smoke cigars all day.
Hey, you get tired of it. I tell you that much. You will get tired of it.
Play that bullshit thing, Randy. Bullshit.
Oh, whoop! Let me find it. I was on the wrong one. Either one of them worked, though, right?
So, Oscar, what do you smoke? The painkiller or la cura?
No, I found this on the. If I can make it. So this is from my grandfather's repertoire. The Corona 10-year.
Oh, I
yes,
think it's fire.
It's got some great notes. Here we implemented the wonderful use of your favorite ish andullo.
Andullo, yeah?
Yeah. So we make our own andullo. We age it 5 years. We cure it for about 6 months. We air cure it, and it's fantastic. It gives the some nice, wonderful notes. It just I just love it. It's freaking amazing.
I'll back up because I don't think I've ever heard of that before. Andullo, all I know is that's sausage. No, that's andouille. Different thing. But what is andullo?
You know what andullo is?
No.
Okay, you imagine that you do imagine a tube, a big tube, and you pick out the tobacco and you put it over there and you start to pack it and 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 pack it. So it gets concentrated like a paste. So when you are gonna do the cigar, literally you cut it like you want chocolate in pieces.
Okay. Okay.
That's andullo.
And you use that as filler?
Yes.
So is that still considered long filler?
No. It's gonna see like the way we do just a little bit different. What we do is we collect because we learned. My grandfather learned a lot from a lot of the old the Taino Indian techniques. So what we do is like a lot of people you don't really get to use a lot of the volado. So when you harvest the upper parts of the plants, everybody uses from the third priming up, but everybody leaves those first two. But you need some for a good combustion, but you don't need a lot. So instead of wasting tobacco, because for us it's just a very hard endeavor, long endeavor, very painful endeavor to just make tobacco. It's expensive. It's very extensive, a lot of work. So for us, we don't waste anything. We will take all the volado. We use palm tree. So with the palm leaf, we'll take the palm leaf. We'll spread it on the table. We'll put I always use the rule of like inches. So we'll do about a 5-inch stack of those leaves. And then it'll be about 5 inches high, about 5 inches deep. And then we're going to roll it. We're going to roll that leaf. It takes about 2 or 3 of us to roll that leaf over itself because you're going to squish it, just like Ish was saying. And we roll it. But once we have it all packed, we're going to take a rope and tie it on one end. And then we come around it very, very, very tight, squeezing all the way to the bottom. But then we do something a little different that a lot of guys don't do. We actually hang it vertical because we've noticed that as it ferments on its own, it goes through the process of going all the way around the barn, but it drips. So because you're having that chemical reaction that occurs with the heat and all that. So it's going to drip, it's going to congeal. So all those leaves will turn into a gel. And then, so when you open it 5 years later, it's just a big, long gel. So we air cure it for 6 months and it hardens. And what the Indians used to love to do is that they'll take their knives and chip at it. And we also, in the campo, in the country, back there where the farms are, the people buy it by the pound. So we'll cut it. If they say, I need 10 pesos of andullo, we'll give them a small chunk. And then they cut that very thin and they'll put it inside their lip. Inside here, and they'll use it like chew or like
tobacco,
yeah, skull bandits.
You just described how they make mofongo in jail. Legitimately, how to make mofongo. Yeah. The only thing you didn't do is pack it inside the dryer vent, inside the dryer rim to heat it up.
Oh,
like
shit.
a sausage.
Yeah.
But what's cool about it? So what we do is once it's hardened, so we smash it, and then I dress the blend. I dress the blend all throughout. Some people only put it on the front. Some people put it on the back. I like putting it throughout. And what that does is it's like I call it like gunpowder because as it fires, you get these amazing notes of
Mm.
bursts of pepper. It's just it's just wonderful, man. It really enhances anything. You know, like just like throwing a little bit of pepper on anything. You know, whoo, you see fire.
We got a good question. It says, "What's the most challenging part of creating a consistent blend across different vitolas?"
Holy moly! It all depends on the quality of leaf that you have and the
Yeah.
what your particular factory process is. You know, for the curing, the maintaining, the aging of that leaf. You know, if in some places you don't have, some people have fantastic facilities to store tobacco. You know, in appropriate humidification and heat elements, so the tobacco is going to be consistent. You know, but if you vary that in any way, it's going to be different every single time. You know, so some people could actually benefit from having spontaneity, you know, with different, just a whole bunch of nice different stuff, which is always kind of cool. And then if you're like more of a traditionalist like we are, it's got to be the same every single time. We've got guys that have been smoking our stuff for like already for about 40, 50 years, and they expect it to burn, taste, and everything the same way. So it's pretty, it's tough. Um, every harvest is going to be different. So I have to smoke the small perrito that we form with every leaf of every plant that we grow from every section, and then I'll make my analysis and I'll either grade it, and I use a -5 +5 kind of rating scale. To me, if the leaf was if it wasn't as potent as the last one, then I'll do it. This is the priming 5 is -2 for me this time. So that means that if the blend call for Criollo -2, San Vicente +2 or +3, I'm gonna have to fix that variant. So no blend is perfect, but it's gonna be about, I would say, about good 98% money. Uh,
Okay.
if we can keep the our nose on it, you know. So for us, a little bit harder because I've got so many old school blends that they have to come up the same way, you know. And then the newer stuff I can play with. So if I'm going to release something new, well, there's really nothing to go back onto. But once I release it, that formula is handwritten into my ledger, and I use percentages, I use weights, I use aging specifics, priming specifics. There's a lot to it, so it's pretty complicated.
Zach with HDA says, "My guy Doc, how you doing, bro? Can you see the comments, Doc? I don't know if you."
I see that. Hey, shout out to brother Zach, man. He's a good man.
Corey got his beard apothecary. Smells great. Got it today.
Nice.
And so did Wigwag.
Wigwag did
Corey
too.
got the
He's
bearded
now a bearded Swifty. Yep.
You know, I remember you talking about your blends before, like how they're very old. Like there's a lot of recipes that are like, how long have your family been over there in that part of Dominican where they've been in the tobacco? Like 140, or am I off?
This year will be 148.
48, 148
That's
years.
almost as old as Ish.
Almost, but not quite.
Almost.
I'm a vampire, remember?
What do you tell what, and that we probably asked this before, but what's your oldest family recipe, I guess, that you actually still have that's, or I imagine there's a lot of them that are out there in your cigars, but is there one that's like the oldest
The
blend, the oldest blend that you have that you're still
38, the Partagas Lusitania,
okay?
that my grandfather was noted for creating, and I still replicate it today in a very beautiful, mild Connecticut 7.25 by 47. Mild to medium, nice white pepper, nice graham cracker, good wood cream cedar. It's just a fantastic, just a good introduction to receive the day. You know so it's it's my cup of Joe stick. It's just a wonderful freaking adventure, man.
You know, so I call Doc and I'm like, hey, you got to send me some samples so I can bring some out. I got a couple of guys asking for them, and So I get this box in the mail. First one got lost. I get this box in the mail. It is loaded with these cigars. Like, I'm like, what do I even go with? So I took a bunch with me and I'm driving, and I smoked one that had a semi truck on it. And I've been meaning to ask you, what the hell is that? It was fantastic. But it had a big old semi truck on it. I'm like, what is this?
That was so I can say it now. Like I've been working. So I'm working with the truck. You know, the trucking stops. So it's a cigar we actually made for those guys for Love.
Oh, nice.
You know, so I don't know what they're gonna do because like honestly we made it with that intention. You know, it's in a 3-pack and that bullshit. But the conglomerates kind of like they kind of run that show and they're able to do a lot more. They can flex more than I can. You know, their pricing, and they're like, oh, these are cheaper, and I'm like, oh, you know what? The big boys always use the lowest grade of anything. They're not giving a shit about aging, nothing. But if you believe the hype, then go ahead, go with it. Because to me, I'm not gonna waste my time or my money. So I kind of let it fall by the wayside. I don't pursue things that don't. If the people don't have the respect and the level of honesty of what the hell what we're doing, then I need not waste time. You don't what's that old cliche? The bees don't try to convince the flies that that honey's better than shit. Come on.
Josephus says, I learned to retro on the 33 Oaks. I always loved that cigar. So there's a lot, I would say there's quite a few new people that may or may not even know anything about you, Doc, about GTO Cigars. Do you mind telling the story about how the 33 Oaks came about?
Holy moly. So the 33 is a pretty phenomenal, crazy little story. About 16 years ago, when unfortunately I lost my dad, my grandfather passed away 30 days earlier, and I thought my father was going to be taking care of business from then on, but he also chose to depart. He had better things to do up in heaven, I guess. So I went back to the farm. I inspected everything because I wanted to know what I was going to get myself into. We have some really high elevations in the valley. There's some areas that are above 3,000 feet sea level, and up there we grow cacao and coffee. And so I thought, what are we doing with these 50 acres up here? It's like it's very nice and flat. And they told me we do that. I'm like, that's a waste of good quality soil. That grows on the slants, on all the inclines. Let's just keep doing that, and let's bring up, because we grow 6 different types of tobacco. I said, let's bring up those 6 particular seeds, and we'll bring them up here, and we'll cultivate them there and see how that tastes. What's the difference? Because I went up there and I tasted the soil, and it definitely. I've got 3 phenomenons that occur in our farm. We have the upper valley. You have the valley that's before the river, and then you have the lower valley that's after the river. So the same tobacco, let's say a criollo, grows up in the upper valley. It has because that soil up there is more of a volcanic ash. It's the newer earth up there, and to me it tastes a lot like a Costa Rican tobacco, somewhat Esteli, maybe a touch of Omatep, but not sure. But it's got that volcanic twang. The middle valley, which is right before the river, that area there grows powerful. It has a lot more strength. Imagine every priming has increased tone and strength. But that same tobacco, lower valley after the river, is sweet. Same priming, so it gives me a wider palette, so I can cross and select from different parts, just using 6 basic leaves that do totally different things depending on where we harvested it. But the ones from the Upper Valley, I was very like, wow, this tastes really, really different. It's not polished. It's got some good strength. That I need to work with this stuff. So I spent about 3 years trying to concoct a blend, and pretty much frustrated because like I take a long time to put something together. Because to me, it's not just I'm going to throw something out. I'm thinking 10 years from now. I'm thinking 15 years from now where we're going to be. Because I don't have if I waste manpower on putting something out, I'm going to produce easily three to 400 to 600,000 cigars a year of just that. So it's
Yeah.
got to be right. It's got to be something that's going to turn and continue to turn. So if you look at everything I've made is the same for the last 16 years. It's the same stuff. Nothing, and I haven't removed anything because I actually have a following for each segment of what we grow. But that up there, I used to smoke that blend a lot on Sundays. It was my favorite blend to attempt to decipher when I walked the belt line. Every time I got off my shift at the hospital after crazy nights, especially Saturdays in Atlanta, let me tell you, that's trauma central. Things happen all the damn time. People choose to. I think they drive using the force. They close their eyes. I get pieces of people, and it's really hard to keep them. Try to put them back together again. But at 8 o'clock in the morning, I always walk off my shift if everything is normal and my patients are comfortable in ICU and stable. I'll go walk the belt line. I'll grab a beer, some finger food, and then I take the blend. And the cool thing was after doing that for many times, just walking from Krog Street all the way to Ponds, which is roughly like about a 2 to 3 mile walk. Uh, I was like, man, this blend is still lacking something. It needs flavor. It needs something else. Like I don't know what it is. Because I had already aged it for 10 years trying to polish this damn smoke. I was like, because I don't like anything that's coarse. I like things to be smooth. I like no aftertaste, and I don't like things that are bitter and just overpowering or overwhelming. Because that to me is a shit. I was standing there and I was asking myself that question, and being the religious type that I am, it got very windy, and I thought that was pretty spectacular. And a bunch of leaves hit me in the face. Da, 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 da. So I said, "What the hell is this?" And I said, "Oh shit, these are different kinds of leaves." And the gentleman that was playing plastic drums said, "Those are oak leaves." And I said, "I'll be damned, they don't look like oak." And he goes, "No, there's 33 different types of oak leaves here in Georgia." I was like, "Get the hell out of here." So I broke some leaves and I lit them on fire. And as I drew on my cigar and I smelled them, I was like, wow, that's nice. If I could put that into the cigar, it'd be great. But you can't put
Right.
organic leaf into a cigar. It just doesn't work. But I was thinking about doing that. But you could try different things. So thinking out the box, it didn't happen. I was at a big event with the master blender for Macallan. We were doing a pairing with cigars and scotch. And I asked him, I said, "How do you get this oak stuff into your libations?" And he's like, "Well, we mature it in the cask." And I was like,
Hmm.
"Shit, where do I get some of these barrels?" Bro, he goes, "Hey, how many you need?" So I found out that Macallan actually makes their own bourbon, which a lot of people don't know. That bourbon is actually called Noble Double Oak, and it happens to be now my one of my favorite bourbons. It's really, really, uh,
You have to try it.
it's really, really good. And you know what? It's not super pricey. It's something that you can still buy in Georgia between 35 and
Oh,
$45. So it's
that sounds nice.
but don't tell anybody because like everything, once people know,
Start buying it and it goes up. Gets
The price go up.
yeah, it's gonna go up. Everything that was good is bad and bad and good. But I was able to get a bunch of barrels. I got about 150 of them. And what we did was we put the blend in loose leaf in the barrels and we aged them for 2 years. I went an additional year for those that want to go further, and I found no significant change in flavor in my trials. So no need to waste energy,
Yeah.
electricity, trying to go for one more year. And if you notice, a lot of the other factories, they'll say 2 years. So I'm not, but a lot of them lie and say because if you just did it for a day, you could say it's barrel aged. You know, you
Yeah, right.
I put on the damn cigars 10 years aged and then 2 in barrels. You know, and people are like, oh, these are the 10 and 2. And I'm like, shut the hell up, bro. You're a moron. Don't smoke. All right. Just let it go. But they don't, they don't get it. But you know what? It's a fantastic, freaking amazing flavor. I got so I loved it so much that I did a Connecticut version, and that was just beautiful, very like amazing notes, woody, creamy. The Corojo, which is we don't have Habano, we because we use our own homegrown Corojo. I don't believe in sun grown anything because naming something sun grown for some fucking reason, guess what? It can't anybody. What tobacco ain't grown in the sun?
Yeah, I guess so. Right. I mean, I guess.
And maybe because I'm a genius, it doesn't make. Hey guys, look, that sun-grown shit or Habano is now a term for Cuba. They actually, I believe, they appropriated that term for them. It used to be
like this forever.
Forever, right? And then the Corojo is what we grow, but we grow it under dark silk screen because if the sun hits it, it actually takes away the beautiful spice notes and the flavor, and it messes with the shape of the leaf and everything. People in Honduras, I believe the Aroas grow an authentic leaf also of Corojo, and they grow it under white silk screen to produce the effects that they like. And maybe I think with their type of soil, they get the amount of spice that they like. Because I love that tobacco too, the Aroas. If you smoke an Aroan 100% puro, like all Corojo, that is sick. It's just it's pretty nice. I'm a purist with that. Anytime somebody can offer me a puro, and whether it be all from someplace, I'm gonna definitely stop and analyze that and really try to get my palate.
Oscar, let me stop you right there. Now that you're talking, every time that somebody offer you a puro, because it's many people that they confuse. So define what you understand for puro or puro, because a lot of people confuse what a puro is.
For sure. So a puro is that all parts of that tobacco of that cigar come. In many cases, is I think they generalize it and say that it's from the same country, but I go one step further. Is actually from the same farm. So
that's exactly right. It's from the same.
That to me is what we're more used to, the honest puro definition. So like
even if somebody was to say, and I'm just throwing it out there, but even if somebody says like it's a Dominican puro or a Nicaraguan puro, you're still can it be though? Can it be a Nicaraguan puro?
It can be, but not too many people have that. Not too many people. First of all, even you imagine that you are the owner of 7 farms in the same county or in the same town. If you pick up the filler, the wrapper, and the binder for different farms or your own on the same town, that's not pure.
Gotcha.
That's 100% Dominican, 100% Cuban, 100% whatever it comes.
Right, but not a pure.
100% one country or one state or whatever, doesn't mean it's 100% pure. Which puro, which is pronounced puro, actually means cigar in Spanish. So, but it has nothing to do with that, right? So it has to be the same farm, period, nothing else.
Yep. Well, I'm always intrigued if somebody, because to me that's like next level shit. Like when you can get something that's those characteristics. That's just and so let me tell you, it could be a wash. It could be horrible. Because not just because everything is perfect, it's a perfect thing. It's just, but I do honor the fact that they took the time to actually create a worthy wrapper, a worthy binder, and worthy filler that from the same place. That takes a lot of work, guys. So and those things can be a little bit more, besides challenging, more expensive too.
Yeah. Yes. So, and just so add a little more to that, so because a lot of people don't know either. We're talking over here like everybody's supposed to know. So what is very difficult to have a puro is not yet that it's the same farm. Is that most farms, they dedicated one farm to do gas binders, Another
Right.
one to do just wrappers. Another one to do just fillers. Every plant is going to give you a little of everything. But then when you do your selection and everything, one it will give you 80% of the filler. Another one it will give you 80% of the binder. 80% of wrapper ain't going to happen ever because it has to be thin, but it's still, more for. So it's very difficult to have, and mostly in the Dominican Republic or Nicaragua, which the farms are not huge. It's not like you go, I don't know, to Idaho and you have 20,000 hectares or 400,000 acres of potatoes. It ain't going to happen because the country is not that big. So it's very good. When somebody told you it's a pure and actually it's a pure, get it. I don't care if it's good or bad, get it, because that is a lot of time consumed and a lot of money lost in order to create that. Because they couldn't be doing something else and make more money.
Definitely.
You just got to ask them, right? You got to inquire. If they say it's a pure, you got to say, without being, asshole-ish or whatever, just ask them. Say, is it all done from the same farm? If they say no, then say, I'm not interested or whatever. If you're looking for a pure, is Cuban, are Cubans mostly like, they're just like any other country, right? They're not all, I mean, there's tons, I would imagine.
In Cuba, when people say puro or puro, like it was in the United States, but it's called puro anyways, it's just because it's from the same country.
Right.
Cuba is not going to do in the same farm the whole 3 ingredients, or 3 different layers with the filler, the binder, and the wrapper. They are going to do this just for the wrapper, this just for binder. Mostly what Cuba does is wrapper and binder. So it has been the case that you don't have a pure 100% Cuban, not pure, just a 100% Cuban tobacco. It has been the case because they buy tobacco from Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, Honduras, Salvador, Peru, because they cannot produce, thanks to the Chinese people, they cannot produce. So you will not have any authentic 100% cigar, not pure, a cigar, 100% from Cuba. For the past probably 2 or 3 decades, you don't have one.
Let me go to a commercial with one of our sponsors, and we'll be right back, and I'll put the hashtag up. Hayes Gray's sponsor tonight.
Savor every moment with Hayes Gray Cigar. Each blend is crafted for bold flavor, veteran-inspired character, and premium construction. From smooth and approachable to rich and complex in flavor, Hayes Gray delivers a cigar for every palate. Now available our new release, Irmaus du Mar. Order Hayes Gray Cigars online at Fat Boys Cigars and from Wolfpack Cigar Club and the Cigar Vault, Oakdale. Visit our website for a list of nationwide retail lounges and to grab some cool Hayes Gray merch to rep our brand. As always, we've got your sticks.
Did y'all hear it going in and out, the volume? Or is it just on my end?
That was just on your end.
All right, good. Probably something on my board. Did I put the hashtag in there? Make sure I put it right.
So I'm doing everything I can to knock myself out tonight. So I started with an anesthesia. And, going right, and then when I'm done with that, I got a little painkiller Lancero.
Oh,
There you go.
I may have dipped into the samples. But I'm not gonna lie. What's always fun is when I get a box from Doctor, or I get a cigar from Doctor, I will look through what he sent me. And if it's unbanded, that means one thing and one thing only. He wants me to try it because it's a new blend, and I get all excited. I get giddy. I'm like, "Yep, this is gonna be something new." And then I'll call him with like, "Hey, what's this one here?" And we're like, "Oh, this is something I'm trying here. This is something I'm trying here." I'm like, "All right."
Do that to your camera because it's not focusing in on your beautiful face there, Oscar.
how do you do that?
I don't know. Something's
Very carefully.
I don't know what it's looking at. Hey, that's a good finger. This is my rectal exam finger. Look at that.
I can see how you don't watch it yet.
I don't know what's wrong with this thing.
What did Josephus say? You need to make the band paper from the same You need to make the band paper from the same tobacco the cigar is made from. for it to be a true puro. What?
No, you don't have to.
No, not
It would be
the-
kind of fun though.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
no,
If somebody tell you that, just see if somebody told you that, or you read that in somewhere.
That's just
Yes.
Josephus logic. You know how
Yeah.
you
Yeah, it's not hearing that because that's a total BS. Totally
He's
BS.
trying to get his
Down
cover.
goes the doctor. No,
No, it's still like that. It's okay.
it's all because of the back. It's the background is messing it up.
Yeah, most probably.
Well, yeah, it looks better in the picture anyway. I got better.
If you saw the picture I put on, because I know you like AI, so I did one AI. I did an AI of you on our promo, and it looks almost
There you
just
are.
like that.
You look good.
Yeah.
It's almost the same. Heck,
No, it's time to tell the band, but not too bad, not too bad. Por la cura.
I love that cigar. That's our broadleaf. It's freaking insane. It's got
Yeah.
such a nice little.
So you are going to the Great Pipe, or not the Great? What is it, the Great? What is it? What is the hell is it called in Chicago next Saturday? I forgot.
Pipe show.
Yeah, the Chicago Pipe Show, but I was thinking
the
Pipe show. Yeah.
it's the Chicago Pipe Show,
No.
some shit like that.
No,
I'm jealous that you're going to be hanging out with Brian and them in the lounge over there.
Yeah,
We'll
no
be
doubt,
later,
no
later,
doubt.
later.
Yeah. I figured I'd go. Go up there. I like Chicago. I got some some customers up there. A couple of accounts that are really really good. So and I only go up there once a year. So it just turned out to be like a perfect marriage. I'm lined up thick. I've got an event every day: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I think Monday I got something too coming back down. So I was like, oh,
Nice. The Great Cigar and Pipe Show. I guess Steven and
No, that's
oh my
not. That's
God, I
not.
just went.
That's not it, guys. They
Huh?
confusing the show with the actual event. The event is in Chicago.
Oh, gotcha.
It's called the Chicago Pipe Fest or whatever. It has been over there for, I don't know,
30 years.
30 something years. Yeah.
let me see if I got my. Let me see if my pipe is here. What you guys thought?
I know Enid will be there. The Big Fellas Lounge is going to be there, which for me was the best part. And meeting and talking with everybody. That was a lot of folks. Who else do we know that's going as far as cigar people?
That's it. I don't know if Broncano is going or not. I heard something the other day. So I don't know if it was
Well,
a
he's
yes or no.
up in that area, right? Or no?
No idea. And Enid is not going with a table, though. She's going because Brian has the cigars over there. She's not going with the table. It's him.
It would be great to just hang out in the lounge all 3 days.
I want to believe that I heard that morning from Broncano Cigars will be there, but I'm not sure. I don't want to say. I'm not sure.
It'd be interesting. You know where they're going to put you at? They can put you in the hall. They can put where any of that, or outside, or in a tent, or anything like that. You know any of those?
Outside.
Don't
Go outside.
Being from a third world country, like I figured they'll probably put me in the kitchen somewhere.
Now, if you see Mick Foley out there, get his autograph for me.
All right. I mean, I could be. Sometimes they'll ask me, like, "Can you serve some coffee or wait on the tables?" I'll be like, "The fuck."
It was fun. I enjoyed it. I'll just leave it there. Are you going to the TPA event in October in Pensacola?
Me,
The first weekend of October.
I'm trying to see if I can if I can loosen up to make it, because I'd love to just.
Isn't that like really close to your house?
It's not that far. It's from up here from Alabama. It's about a 2.5, 3 hour drive. It's really cool.
That's nothing, man. I drove to do about 7
It's
hours.
going to be freaking chilly this week. It was pretty chilly the last time.
Except if you're Ish. We're sitting in the lounge, doors open. I got a sweatshirt on. I'm freezing. Ish is standing outside in a t-shirt, looking at us like we're nuts. I'm like, what is wrong? I was frozen.
Uh, Hayes Gray says, Dr. O, when is your next cutting light in the panhandle?
Ooh, good question. I'm gonna come through for sure. I know I gotta do something.
Well, I'll tell you something. I hope it's not October, because if not, you lose a friend, and I will block you right now on my phone. Because if you go to the TPA and you go to the Panhandle to do current light, I know what you need. I know what you need. Motherfucker. I know what you need.
Oh, but no, I'm a kind of unique animal because I do a lot of work with the Air Force. You know, they still call me. I work if I'm on a base, then I'll visit the surrounding areas, and we have a Hulbert Air Force Base right there, in Mary Esther. So if I have to go down there to do physicals or stuff like that, then that's definitely a hop, and then I visit 2 or 3 stores and all that. But I think that what was happening with that weekend was that I'm slated to be in Georgia at the ARB Dobbins for that weekend. If it's not that, it's I have Redstone Arsenal, one of the two. But they keep calling, brothers. I can't say no to duty.
Well, if you don't do anything at all that weekend, at least that Thursday, if you're free, you got to come down and hang out with everybody for the VIP event. That's going to be great.
For sure. No, I'm definitely going to try to I'm going to attempt to make my way and hang out with you guys, because I had a great time. I was visiting everybody. Half the people didn't know who I was. I was like, giving them shit about their cigars. I was like, what the fuck is this, bro? It was good. I had to drive like 12 hours up, so I smoked a lot.
Man, what was the question I saw? Let me see if I can find it. They got a new thing right now. If you didn't know it, Ish, I don't know if it helps you or not, but if you look down at the bottom right of the chat, and there's like this little square with an arrow, and you can click that, and you can open the chat in its own window and move it around. So like if you're so you can see the chat, like, and move it where it doesn't disappear if you're trying to mess with something else on a single screen.
Just Ish, no matter what you do, stay away from the upper right hand corner, please.
Yeah, the one that says in stream.
That's the one.
Which corner? This one? That one? That corner?
Yeah, the other right.
What does it say? Cut and light. Could you do how do you say that word?
A polonidal cyst?
Pionidal cystectomy.
Yeah,
with a painkiller.
The polonidal cystectomy. I can actually do it not with the painkiller, but I can do it with one eye closed.
What is this? Whatever that is. Polonidal cystectomy.
It's a pionidal cyst.
Yeah, he's got. We could do that, man. We could do it in group too if you want. Like,
we can do it live next week.
Yeah, you can. You can do it. I do video.
That'll be first. Because what kind of insurance?
I do video.
This is something we could charge for.
Like a pay-per-view.
Money to some for the TPA.
Yeah, we can do it as a pay-per-view.
Oh man!
Watch Josephus get a cyst done.
You're right. You're right. One or the other.
You guys are terrible, man.
You ain't heard nothing.
Yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. But I guess you guys get the gist of it. You see how beautiful Brothers of the Leaf are, and sisters.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a wonderful thing, like. I stopped at a light. I was laughing my ass off with this guy. He was standing there saying he needed money for something, and I was like, I'll tell you what, I got 3 cigars left. I won't be able to smoke them tonight. So let me give you these 3. You sell them. Get $10 for each. He goes, and you can have yourself a nice steak dinner. He goes, here, work it. And I gave him the 3 cigars. He was just like, what the fuck is this?
If y'all are watching and y'all haven't liked the YouTube like the video on YouTube, or if you're watching from Facebook, like it from there. If you're on Rumble, or if you haven't been to Rumble, go to Rumble and follow us, and you can get back off. But you can enter the hashtag from YouTube, from Facebook, and from Rumble. But you got to go follow them and like us. That's what helps us all out, right?
So, Doc,
I see Jerry doing it.
you and Ish do things differently. You guys aren't held onto that. Whenever you want to come out with something new, you come out with something new. Like there's no schedule to it. It's just when you feel like it, kind of thing. I think it's kind of unique where you're not stuck in that same schedule like a lot of the brands where they schedule out all the new releases and stuff along those lines. You want to take something off your line, you take something off. You got anything new coming up? I mean, the last I smoked was the Insomnia, which was ridiculously good. But as far as production goes, have you come up with anything that you're like, this is the one, this is going to be the next line?
So I did a rebirth of the Insomnia. So those are actually packed and being shipped at the moment. So the moment those land, I believe we did 3,000 boxes. The moment they land, they go. So I'm not holding anything back. I'm not saving anything for anybody. Get it, and then it's gone for the year. So there's only enough for one run.
When I
Yeah.
thought I have a friend, I had to hit this shit.
I would like them all, but I don't need more platforms to see Aldi on.
But I got two more. I got two cigars that I'm working on, but because they're not perfect, I'm not gonna release it until I feel like they're there. So I've got another a Dominican born cigar so what I did here was from many years of smoking different regions in the island. That's what I like about what I'm able to do, because I sell tobacco to a lot of people, but I exchange tobaccos too. So like I've got 5 areas of my country that I believe have the best a type of tobacco, because I don't want to give it away, because you guys are cool, but there's a lot of people that listen to this and then they want to like piece it, and even though they'll never get it the way I got it, you're saying, but let's say it was a blue leaf. Well, blue leaf is actually known for being fantastic from the lower valley of a city in the southern part of the island. They're just awesome with that leaf. So I've got 5 particular zones that just create the best of the best, in my opinion. And I put those together. So I've got a cigar that encompasses all that. I've got that tobacco aged right now. It's coming in right. I love 8-year. I love 10-year. This is right at 10. And I'm going to be selectively putting that one out very, very soon. And then I've got another one that one is going to be called El Brujo, the witch.
The wish.
So that's what they call me in the island, because they say they don't know how I hit my hand. Like, this guy's a damn freaking witch doctor. And so that cigar is going to be very forte. It's got a lot of. I think I was able to mature our ligeros, which are, if you're not careful, I don't know what Ish thinks too on that, but like our ligero is not as potent as Nicaragua, but if you're able to age it long enough, there's a moment where it's the perfect twang, but then if you went just too, so you got to be careful to monitor that and not let it, because that's what happens to a lot of people's blends when they start taking, let's say, there's an area that has strong nicotine potency in their tobaccos, and issues familiar with that, la canela. Those ligeros are very strong, but almost to the point that every single guy, not every single guy, most guys that I see messing with it, when they give me their cigar to try it, it's blown. It's just harsh. And that to me is not good. so it was overworked. So you got to know when to stop. And on this one, this little blend here is going. I think is going to knock some people their socks off. I have currently I'm working with that blend. So if you catch me, I actually sent it to Papa John, the dark one.
Yep.
And right now we just call it the dark one. And then I also gave him the old Dominican from the different zones, and that was our Corojo special. When he called me, he was like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
That might have been my exact words.
Now, one thing, so that these people understand, you said that you like to work with 8 to 10 years aged tobacco or old tobacco. It's two different things. Some people confuse the whole time with that.
True, definitely. When I refer to age, is my aging process. My family's way of aging tobaccos, which is proprietary, and it's kind of different. It's a different way of doing it. But every factory has their own way of maturing.
Well, the question was more because a lot of people say, "Oh, I came with this blend, blah blah blah." Everybody come with a blend, the brands and all this, but the blender came with a blend that they like it, and say, "Oh, it's 10 years aged tobacco." Well, no, it's 10 years tobacco. Most people don't understand that 10 years aged tobacco, actually, that tobacco will be between 14 and 15 years old since it was planted. A lot of people, they sell the bike, like we say in Spanish, no? Te vendo la moto. Saying, "Oh, it's 8 years old tobacco." Actually, it's only 3 years aged tobacco. And it's the difference that a lot of people don't understand. It's not the same thing. Since you put the seed, and the whole thing grows and do the harvest and do the dry, then do the fermentation, they go to the aging room, blah, 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 blah. It takes between minimum is going to be, even if you roast, is going to be 3 years as a minimum, or they go to 5 years. Then, in my case, is when I start to count the aging. After it's already in bells and it's done is when I start to count. But people that are in the industry, or even the smokers, or people watching us right now, they say, "Oh, this cigar, whatever it is, it's a 15 years aged tobacco." Well, if it's 15 years aged tobacco, don't even buy it because you're smoking just hay, because that cigar is done 20 years ago. But it's a lot of people don't understand that. That's what I want you, and I knew exactly your answer, but it's because a lot of people confuse. They think that 8 years, whatever they smoke, is 10 to 12 to 15 years aging.
Yeah.
It actually is older than it was. So, okay.
So when you talk about aged tobacco like that, are you talking from the time it was planted or from the time it was actually?
It is aged since the time that is on the bell, ready to roll a cigar.
Okay.
It's already aged. Now you start to count. It's in the bell. Now you start to.
Okay. I mean, I would need like a month in the Dominican to hit the factories and really like hang out,
comprehend all this,
right? A little more than that.
Yeah, I mean, between these two and then going over to Blackbird and just kind of hang. That's kind of like one of those like dream vacation kind of things. Just go over there, not even a vacation, just a dream of just go over there and hang out for a couple weeks to just see the different factories and that would be a blast.
Oh, for sure, it's beautiful.
We'll be right back, and y'all hold what thought you have, and then I have a question, a multi-tiered question. So we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Factory Reserve Cigar Club, where true craftsmanship meets bold character. Well aged, hand rolled, and refined with purpose. Every leaf sparks a story, and that first draw brings it alive. This isn't quick luxury. It's luxury earned. Unlock rare drops, vault exclusives, and monthly cigars you won't find anywhere else. Factory Reserve Cigar Club. Exclusive access, legendary flavor. Elevate your smoke.
And just like that, I lost my train of thought. What was you going to say, Ish?
I like the jeans that Ish was wearing in that commercial.
You like it, eh? So you were looking at my ass. You little kinky little. You know?
I'm like this because I need to check this man's prostate exam when I see a butt like that.
I remembered.
Well, I remember the last time that you and I were together, and I was walking in front of you. You told me, "Hey, Ish, I will pay you. You allow me to check your prostate." So I remember that. So, but it ain't gonna happen. It's okay. I already shipped in a box, and they told me I'm good for 3 years. So,
So Doc, so I know you've said this before. Let me put a disclaimer. This is an opinion from a doctor that smokes cigars based on his knowledge about cigar smoking. So I just put that disclaimer. You're not giving anybody a prescription or anything like that. So I've heard you talk about before, and it kind of stuck with me when you're saying when you smoke cigars, you should start. And I think I may be wrong, but I think you've said where when you start smoking a cigar, you should go from lighter to fuller and then back to lighter. Am I right? Is that what you typically say in a day? Kind of start light, go to fuller cigars, and then kind of back off, or
No, well, you got the idea. When you wake up in the morning, would it be proper for you to drink a Glenlivet for breakfast?
Right.
No,
Right.
when you taste, your taste buds haven't awakened yet. So you're going to introduce different flavors and tones during the day, and you're going to increase that palate. Your palate gets better, more receptive during the day. So if you start the morning, this is how I tell people: if you've got a problem, if you're going to grab something powerful, a full strength cigar, not body, because people full body just means weight of smoke and complexity.
Mm-hmm.
A good smoke, right? But full strength cigars, honestly, in this game, if you smoke for life and you want that blessing, you got to start mild to medium in the morning. You should, because all you're gonna do is destroy your ability to smell. Smell comes along with taste. You only have two nerves. Two. It comes from the olfactory nerve. Comes from the base of the skull, travels up to the front, out to the back of your nose, and it lines the upper palate. If you blow these, there is no medical fix.
not coming back yet.
Brain does not like to be stimulated in that fashion. So whenever you smoke something strong, that the pepper taste that you get in your mouth is directly proportional to the amount of nicotine that cigar is delivering. So if you're getting a lot of bounce, a lot of fervor, a lot of activity on that palate, that's like me poking you on the back of your head constantly. So what's going to happen? If I poke you 100 times on the back of your head, you're going to punch me. It becomes annoying, right? So, so your brain, whenever you get these vibrations, whether it be sound, anything that disturbs your brain, it will tune it out. And so the moment your brain figures out that there's something here bombarding me, annoying me, it's going to tune out that wavelength, and then you become numb to it. And the moment you start becoming numb, now you have a problem. Can you reverse it? If you're early on it, when you start to snap your lips, your tongue to the palate and make that sound, if you're not getting a flavor, if it's becoming bitter or or metallic, you're losing your ability to taste. So what you should do is, if you're going to continue to smoke, I tell guys, go to a less offensive, milder smoke to start, and give yourself about a week or two at that level just to restore. If you do it for 2 weeks and then you go back and hit that cigar, you're going to discover flavor notes that you just were lost. You just, oh my God, this thing has wonderful notes, but I wasn't able to get it. So don't become that guy that can't taste, and then everything you smoke has to be powerful, like the cigarette guy that just moves forward. You know that you're at your end game when you're the cigarette smoker that's buying menthol, because the only thing you can taste is the Vicks vapor. They own that shitty leaf. So don't let that happen. with a mild Connecticut, and enjoy that with a cup of coffee. Go slow. And vitolas are important because some people think it's a waste of money. Some people are like, oh, I got to get the big cigar or whatever. Smoke the vitola for the time that you're going to dedicate this this experience. If you got 30 minutes, a petite Corona, because honestly, in the smaller gauges, you're gonna find the most flavor. In a Corona, in a Robusto, you're gonna get a whole lot more than if you got a 60. And that depends because Ish has the ability, just like me, I can make a 60, be more responsible, but that's gonna cost a whole lot more because if I'm going to give you that level of workmanship, that level of tobacco, that high quality, you're going to have to pay a lot more for tobacco. So I tell guys, just go mild to medium. And then, so I smoke Connecticut's in the morning, and I'll start with a mild Connecticut. About 2 hours later, I'll smoke a medium plus Connecticut. But to me, the moment I hit 12 o'clock, I flip and I'm smoking Corojo because that's when you can really taste nice, mild spice notes and start bringing that in, and just go increasing. I'll do Corojo all the way up until sundown. When I start seeing it's getting dusk, that turns on the light in my head, and I goes, now is when I start smoking Maduro, because that's when I could really appreciate a wonderful Maduro and get all the notes that cigar wants to deliver. Not because I just like the leaf, because a lot of guys just go with it because they like the dark leaf. Like, oh, I hate the tan one. The tan, they don't know what the fuck you're talking about, but they'll mention it by color. So I say, smoke the Maduros in the evening. And I've heard some people tell me, oh, like I don't like doing full strength at night because it keeps me up. And it can actually. If you smoke the full strength cigar at 9 or 10 o'clock, you might get a little bit of sleep deprivation because your mind, that nicotine is causing your brain to move. It's working. It's liberating endorphins. So you're not going to be able to sleep that well. But some people, you've seen it. Like I bet you all of us. I could drink a double espresso right now, and I'll fall asleep in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't have that challenge. But I tell people, if you do have that problem, you've got way more problems than you think. And come see your PCP or your provider because you've got something else going on, and it's time for us to talk.
Well, my wife's like that, but she has ADHD. She can that stuff it doesn't put her to sleep, but she can do all that and drink coffee and everything, go to sleep. But so you were talking about I want to hit on another question in a minute about the cigar smoke being what am I trying to say? It's
alkaline.
Alkaline, but first, so when you smoke, well, first let me ask you this. So say somebody that smokes cigars, maybe they're smoking one a day and they're smoking in the evening. Is it okay for them to reach for that strong cigar if they're only doing the one cigar since they've been up all day and blah, blah, blah?
For sure.
Or should they still
gauge it just like you would do your drink? I wouldn't, I would do a bourbon if I haven't had nothing all day. I wouldn't do bourbon or a nice rum at night, because it's at the most heightened, most point. But if you do it early in the morning, it's actually a waste of.
You're cheating yourself, right?
You're cheating, and it's messing yourself up because everything you do, every single thing you do, is concerning. Imagine even telling yourself that you're not any good. And I tell everybody I meet, I say, every time you have a chance that you're looking yourself in the mirror, tell yourself how wonderful you are, because the liquids in you respond to that. Like they actually did a study where they talked bad to a glass of water. Believe it or not, they did it with 100 plants. They bombarded the glasses of water that they were going to feed these 100 plants. They would tell the water, "You're shit. You're the worst." You know what? When they gave that water to the plant, those plants died. But the water that was being told, "You're good. You're full of life. You're such a wonderful thing." And the more you say that to water, that water we poured it on the same plants, they grew. So what percentage of us is water?
The biggest, like what, 75 maybe?
Above that.
Yeah, way up there.
They're positive. You're positively charging the water.
Exactly. So tell yourself all the time that you can do it, how wonderful you are, that kind of stuff, because you will be 100% more successful than just crapping on yourself the whole time and or insulting you. Or
Remember, my friends, don't be the bottle, be the water.
there you go.
My grandma 100% believed in talking to her plants in her garden, and she always had a beautiful. It was always beautiful. That's crazy.
It's pretty incredible. But like everything we do, I always tell people, slow down, just slow down a little bit. This is about relax.
But when you go in for a test, what do you call it? The finger test. You don't be at the doctor's table while the doctor's putting on the glove and be going like, "You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy."
It's about timing, Randy. It's about timing.
It's about timing, right? Everything's gonna come out fine. You're a good boy.
I'll go one step further and I'll tell you, because a lot of guys, I get this a lot. Lately, a lot of guys, because everybody, they listen to what they say on Facebook. Facebook is no source of any quality information, right? If you're above 50, you have to have a finger wag every year. If you intend on being around for a long time, get your damn check, because the blood test does not exclude you from anything. It just tells me the function of the prostate. It's not so a lot of guys have made that. And you know what? Some doctors really don't want to stick their finger in your butthole because it's not cool for me. It's not cool for you. The experience is not anything that we share that I like. So I tell guys all the time, you're going to get your finger wet because I'm going to tell you the size of your prostate, what I'm feeling, because there's nodules, there's nodes, there's masses. And if I detect those, that is when I want to know what the PSA is, because the PSA is going to indicate if there's activity in that area, not before. So if you don't know that your prostate is hyperplastic or hypertrophy, does it have hard spots or stuff like that? And then a lot of people end up with this famous surprise, when they don't get checked, and then all of a sudden I don't feel right, and oh my God, I've had cancer for 6 months, and you could have prevented it. And at that point, it's even cheaper to treat than if you wait to get it. Now you got to go through surgery. I got to remove parts, some of your intestines, some of your vertebrae, your bladder. If it's spread, don't let that happen to you guys when there's so much preventive stuff out there that you can do. And you know what? If you can buy 6 cigars, you could pay for your blood, your CMP, and your physical. So just go ahead and get yourself checked. It's one thing. We're aging. After 40, you as guys, men for the most part, we're the best up until we hit 38, 40. At 40, we start dying. From 40 on, through oxidation, your things are being limited. Your testosterone is decreasing, and it's for a flipping reason. A lot of people want to cheat the system on a frame. What happens if you take a car that's old and you slap a big V8 with a carburetor? You're gonna blow it up because that's power for the rusting body, right? So same with us. You don't need testosterone when you're this age because you're not producing muscle. You're not supposed to be going, like if you're Dominican or of Hispanic descent, we already know we can go about 50 minutes. In sex, you got a champion. We're all racehorses. If you're a 3-minute wonder, then there's not much I can do for you.
Scottish too, Aldi. Don't let them fool you. Scottish and Irish too, bro. Don't let them fool you.
I like messing.
I could see Doc doing a commercial, walking around the office in his Dr. Jack, and he's telling the same spill he just did, and at the end of it, he's opening up a box of gloves. And he's like, "So remember, gentlemen, you got to get your prostate checked."
Oh, I love it. When I
smoke cigars.
That's on the way to take my glove off and I snap it and
Well, let's go to commercial. We'll be right back. This is good stuff right here, man.
fight battles overseas. Others fight for perfection in every role. Born from discipline, forged in brotherhood. This isn't just a cigar brand, it's a mission. Our mission is to make badass cigars for badass people. Every leaf, hand selected, every blend, battle tested, from the first spark to the final draw. BAM Cigars deliver strength, honor, and precision. Built by veterans, smoked by legends, stand proud. Lock in, stand proud.
So saying everything starting off, like, what is your, from lighter to more full body or full strength, what cigar of yours do you like to start with? If you're going to start off in the morning with a cup of coffee with a GTO.
Normally, in my line, I always start off with the line that we call the Gold, because it's a mild Connecticut. It's U.S. wrapper, Dominican fillers, Dominican binder, nice mild to medium cigar. I'll smoke that one, and then when I finish that one, I go right into a medium, the Corona 10-year. I'll hit that one for about 40 minutes, and I'm normally done with that cigar. And then I'll move to the 33, which is my medium plus to full, and that'll take me right into 12 o'clock. Then I'll take another break at about 1 o'clock. I'm lighting up a painkiller Corojo. Moving through that, I'll go into the 10-year Corojo. Hey, there you go, that painkiller, really nice. It's got a lot of flavor. That's 5 different leaves from my farm. But I'll move through those, and then I'll do the 33. I almost end every session with the 33 just because of the flexibility of that cigar and just the profound flavors.
Let me guess. I mean, for you go to bed, you have La Cura.
La Cura. You gotta have La Cura every time. Like, if you smoke La Cura, you don't need a vaccine.
You have a painkiller. After all the things, and then you have the remedy at the end of the night.
Yeah.
La Cura. And
I'll hit the anesthesia. But that between the La Cura and the anesthesia, I'm always home. It's just it's a well balanced cigar. And the La Cura is deceiving because a lot of people here's a novelty, because a lot of people put dark wrappers in their mouth. But have you ever taken your cigar? Let's say you cut it and
Cura,
you
Cura.
The
Cura.
La Cura.
Not Cudo.
Send me
La
one.
Cura.
That's what I need.
It's not Cougar. Cura.
But you cut your Maduro next time, and before you start to smoke it, you did your cold draw, but rotate it in your lips. Right there, taste that wrapper. If the wrapper is giving you sweet notes, that's a Maduro. That's a great Maduro. If you put in your lips and you rotate it and you get soap, then thank that company for putting mineral oil on there, and they're helping you with your constipation. But if it has a sweet note, it's a Maduro. If it has a creamy note, it's more than likely a fermented Connecticut, and that's what my broadleaf tastes like. If you rotate that in your mouth, you get some nice creamy notes that come off that beautiful wrapper. So I like discerning, because when somebody gives me a cigar, I'm going to analyze it, because they'll say, like, there's not a lot of reputable people in this industry. They're not reputable. There's a lot of people that just talk about smack. Yeah. And maybe that's what Papa John was saying, because me and Ish, like, I'm not in this to make a gazillion bucks. Never was. I don't really need it. I'm in it to I'm purpose driven. I love experiences, and I want people to enjoy good cigars. Period. I don't need to make money off anybody. I don't have this sell-a-thon thing. I gotta sell 1,000 boxes. I don't have that. I just want to make sure that everybody I meet, I want them to understand what they're doing for the most part, whether it be with my stuff or whatever they chose to put in their mouth. You guys respect it, understand it to the best of your ability, and I'm going to slow it down enough for most people to understand the process, because there's a lot of BS out there. Time-tested stuff just works. All these cheating the system in many ways it's not going to it's not going to produce longevity. It's going to produce a moment. It'll be very faddish, and then what's so good about a fad? If that's how we're doing it, then there's no purpose to it. I'd rather I enjoy more fixing my cars. Like if I break down a 65 or one of a 66, I'm working on a Chevette or a Chevelle. Like, those are great things. Like you fix it, you run it, you drive it, you enhance it, you widen the bore, you clean it, and you go for another ride. You change the tires. You mess with the carbs. It's fantastic. And same with the cigars. It's got to be something that's gonna last and transcend time, because that's what makes it beautiful. It makes it memorable. Just taking your time to do it, with respect and not bullshitting, because like bullshitting sucks. Because
That's the thing, right? There's a lot of BS out there. Longer I do it, this podcast and everything else, and talking to all the people like you guys and Nish and everybody, and you just start learning how to weed through it. And I think that's important for people to know, that there is some BS out there, and somebody that's brand new to smoking, they just don't know what they don't know. And then when you start getting into it, you start learning, and your whole thing changes. No different than getting into wine or getting into foods and things like that. You just start learning about the BS. But I think there's a lot of BS in this industry compared to the others, right? What people will tell you and what they do. There was a question earlier, and you could choose to answer it or not. There was, I think, what the guy that asked the first question, I can't think, it starts with a P is his name, but he had said something about how long he said age cigars after they're rolled before they go to the shelves, right? So are they still aging, or would you consider that's resting them after they're rolled before, I've heard so many different things I've seen different things with Perderma on how they do it. There's no secret how they do it. I think personally, I feel like the cigar is ready to go when it's rolled. As far as it tastes great, you might have to let it acclimate, and that just depends on how much time and what time of the year, maybe, or something. What do y'all think? I mean, if you want to speak on it.
I'll give you. So from the traditional legacy type angle, look, every time we make something, there is definitely things that occur when you slap a wrapper on a. Once you've got filler that you engaged in a binder, then you slap the wrapper on it. It needs to marry.
Right.
The flavors, the leaves have to come together, and that for us it takes 6 months. And it's just because when you smoke it, that blend 6 months later for us is where it's perfect.
That's respectable.
And so I will never I just don't grab a hand roll and stick it in my mouth unless I'm testing a blend.
Right.
If the tobaccos are all, if every part of that was aged correctly and you just put it together, you've got a smoke. You have a smoke. But I think that to grade it, you're gonna have to wait for those flavors to marry. Like, so if I come up on a guy who just rolled a cigar, I'll take the cigar and I'll put it in a humidor, and I don't just put it in my main humidor. I've got like the 3 levels of, because you just don't go into the main house that way. I have smaller travel ones that I graduated. But for us, the cigars only age in leaf. Leaf alone is what ages. Once you make a cigar that is completely all put together, what it's doing is resting. That's how we put it. Just like wine, if it's not in the barrel, it didn't age a day in the bottle. You held it for a long time, but it's not aging, and bottles don't contribute to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Glass
is one thing, Oscar, and she can try to say it. And somebody over here already said that general rule is 3 months. Well, general rule, so everybody understands, general rule, if a factory put a cigar out already to the brand, that cigar is ready to smoke that day. Otherwise, the factory, it would not put the cigar out.
Yeah,
I don't
once they
really-
leave the factory, they're shipped. They're ready to smoke.
Look,
Right. That-
Okay. Talking about BS, about factories and this and this and that. You go to a factory that do 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million cigars a year. Some of them they do 2 million cigars a month. Okay, those guys, they will tell you, put the cigar this day, or don't put it yet, or do this, or do that. But of course, the brand owners they know more, and the consumer they know more, but they don't. In the factory, me as a factory, Oscar as a factory, we don't want to lose our reputation or have bad reputation because somebody said, I want a cigar, I pay you today, I want 1,000 cigars by tomorrow. Can you do it? No, I can do it by 4 o'clock in the morning. But it's up to you. Don't say that I give you the cigar because I can roll you the 1,000 cigars in a day, no problem whatsoever. Now, do not say that, the factory say, no, you want to put it out because you were shorting cigars or whatever. That's up to you. But if somebody places an order and I say, okay, it will be ready for this day to ship out, as soon as you have the cigars, you can put in the humidor because it goes from the DR to here to Florida, Florida to Texas. You can put it a day, 2 days. That's it. You don't need 6 months. You need a year. You need 3 months. You need nothing.
Right.
Some people, and tell me, Oscar, if I'm wrong, if somebody said that this cigar tastes better 2 years from now than now, it's because they do not like nicotine. A cigar, when it's already wrapped, so it's already bunched, it's already pressed, it's already with a wrapper. And forget if it's a closed food, okay, and the head, because now it's going to be not much air to go in and to go out, okay? Even depends the cellophane that you put, from 5% to 35% porosity. That was another question that I want to ask you later, but now that we're going like this, it's because I'm reading the comments, so before I go to different places, do not believe anything that the cigar has to be 6 months, or to me, the cigar is very 6 months since I get it, or
Well, to be clear to people listening, you're talking about once it is shipped, ready to go out into the public.
yes.
Yeah.
When the factory released the cigar, the factory is happy and is content that cigar is good and ready to smoke.
Yes.
Now, you smoke today one, and I can tell you 99.9% of the population, it will say, if I leave it on 3 months, 6 months, a year, it tastes better. No, it does not taste better. You just have to acclimate to your house, or you don't like the nicotine. So in that year, the flavor is still there. The nicotine contents is leaving. Every month, 2 or 3%. Every month. So 2 years from now, you have no contents. So you're smoking hay. So it's one thing that is a myth that you had to leave the cigars in your humidor before you smoke. That's a myth.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. Definitely.
It's a myth.
The only thing that justifies you putting in your humidor is travel time. Like, so if you bought it from like some stores, I've actually seen some stores not be consistent with when I'll send them a box with 10 boxes of cigars in it. They'll open it that day and sell them that day, and I'm like, that's not right. It was in a UPS truck for 4 days in hot as hell temperatures.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take those and move them into your humidor into a section and let them reacclimate, because that cigar is moving, it's changing shapes, and then that could significantly change the flavor of how we intended for it to be. Then you just jeopardized our brand by
That's
Well,
just
it's just like buying a fish at the pet store, bringing it home, and dumping it right into your fish tank. You
Yeah.
gotta
look. Please, I always like to do exactly that is a very good example. Another example, I can have whatever car. I don't give it something simple. Ford Explorer in Florida and somebody buy a Ford Explorer in Alaska. Both are Ford Explorer. One in Alaska, take a dump in a month. The one in Alaska over here in Florida, the same thing. Because it's the same car, look the same inside, but the motor and how it is everything, and for the salt corrosion and everything is totally different thing. So you have to change things, you have to change filters, you have to change a lot of things. So yes, if you have the cigars and just happen that you are, I don't know, North Dakota, Alaska, even New York, what is a little colder than down here, and you get the cigars today, let the cigars acclimate. But don't let the cigar acclimate for 3 months. A cigar acclimate within 24 hours. Okay, so it's what it takes, 24 hours.
Yeah, I was always told like a good rule of thumb is just however many days of travel, just kind of let that be kind of how many days you let it sit if you want.
Or it's not, because it depends where it
If
flies.
you're getting it shipped, I'm talking about like if you're getting it shipped from, if you buy
Local, on the ground, on the
Yeah.
ground. Well,
Yeah.
yes, and depends. If it's UPS and they live in the car the night before 140 degrees, yes. If it's a USPS that they have AC facilities, or you guys are gonna be, and in the morning they go at 4 o'clock in the morning, put the thing on the things, and then they go. A day, 2 days tops. You want to be even better. Just put in the freezer for 2 days, and from the freezer take it out, and that's it, and ready to smoke. You don't have to do nothing else, just in case. That's a myth. Another thing that is a myth, that is weird that nobody said it yet, is the contaminations of beetles. That I'm sick and tired, and I know that Oscar it has this question asked 10,000 times. If you have a beetle in a cigar, that beetle, it's not Bruce Lee jumping from here to there or whatever, or something. It happened. It doesn't contaminate. So people, oh, you have a beetle, the whole thing is contaminated. That's another lie. But that was a question I was about to ask you, Oscar, but I know the answer.
I think sometimes that little extra note that you get in a cigar, sometimes I'm like, that little nuttiness that you get might be a beetle that you're just looking at. I don't know.
I want to tell you something.
They're in there anyway.
I want to tell you something that most people that they're watching right now, maybe they don't know. 90 to 95%, as a minimum, 90 to 95% of every cigar that you smoke, it has a beetle on it.
Of course.
The ones that they have the holes, it has no beetle on it. The beetle is out. Okay? Because the other ones, or they fumigate it and they kill the cocoons, or they froze them so they kill the cocoons. But the beetle is in there. Beetles are going to be in tobacco leaves, yes or yes, because it's in nature, and that's it. And it's nothing. It ain't going to kill you. It's nothing. It's nothing. Nothing. Nothing is going to do in your body, in your health. Absolutely nothing. But when somebody see a hole in the cigar, oh, look, it has a hole. Congratulations. You're smoking a free beetle cigar. Every other cigar with no holes, it has beetles in it. Put it that way.
But
But nobody think about it.
I thought it was pretty peculiar that Randy said when he smoked one with a hole, he tasted nuts. So Randy knows what beetle nuts taste like.
Well, I'm saying I'm just saying maybe when you taste that, sometimes it just maybe that's the flavor.
It's
I
not
don't
a taste.
know.
It's
It
the
doesn't scare
plop
me.
that you hit on it, plop. That's it.
Yeah.
But
That's the beetle inside.
I'm totally behind what it says because I have to educate a lot of people. I don't put pesticides on it because everything that I make, since I'm in control, I don't put chemicals on our product. I don't allow phosphorus. If you guys were to see the chemicals that they want you to use and that a lot of factories actually smoke their cigars with, those chemicals are toxic to humans. You can't even go in there once they spray this stuff for 72 hours, shit like that. Why would anybody subject themselves? If you, my factory, I tell people, hey, we're organic. It leaves the factory. I haven't seen a hole in any one of my cigars when they leave the factory. But you got to remember that a lot of people, the art of keeping a humidor at proper temperature and humidity is definitely something that's very complex. People that own cigar stores, well, they'll tell you they fight with their machines all year long. In the summer, you've got a problem. In the winter, you've got a problem because the cold causes the humidity to drop. The air conditioning causes you to have to increase. So you're on that fight every day. But one thing that can never happen is that beetles do not receive nutrients. They don't eat tobacco to stay alive. They only live for 24 to 32 hours. I've done extensive studies on these guys. If they popped out, this is the first thing that I'm going to look at when somebody calls me about them. I go to their humidor. I have a laser temperature and I have a laser humidity gauge, and I show them this room is hotter than balls, bro.
Yeah.
It's not 70. It's not 68. It's probably 78 degrees. So you're creating a habitat for anything to erupt. beetles will spawn above 70 temperature, above 70 humidity. So if your store, if your the place where you keep them caused that to happen, it's not such a fucking big deal. If you find one, go through the box, eliminate the ones that have a hole. There could be 3 or 4, but the rest are fine. If it's
And then check your temperature and humidity in your humidor, make sure it's right.
because that bug is not going to, but they'll say, oh, I'm infected. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not infected. But it just shows the ignorance of the store owner. And I'm not shitting on retailers. I'm just trying to educate them.
Oh.
Because 80% of retailers, they just know how to make money. They really don't even know what the hell they're selling, have no clue. All they know is that Fuente is good because it's Fuente and it's Friday. Whatever the cliches are, if it's in a magazine, it's wonderful. You know, when you get into that stupidity, it just freaking annoys me. And then my other fantastic thing is whatever it goes. Whoever said that if you wrap a cigar in newspaper, how fucking good is that going to be? You put the binder in there, and then you got a binder over filler, and then you wrapped it in newspaper. It's going to taste like the New York Times, man. Doesn't matter what the fuck you put on the outside.
Bro, you got to come to the TPA in October. I ain't seen your ass in a year. I see you on the Zooms and stuff, but seeing in person is one thing. And I was going to tell everybody that's watching, if you're coming to a cut and light or something in your area, to you guys that are watching, you got to go hang out with Doc, because how you see him right here is exactly how you will see him in person. And I saw Tony says, I was checking your website. Will GTO be available in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and or New Hampshire?
I'm working on it. It's just the last time we were brought into this country, we ended up on Plymouth Rock.
Oscar, when you see me leaving, it's because you mentioned 2 pieces of equipment, but it's always on my car. So I went to my car. In case somebody called me, it never happened yet, but it happened for another people. That's one of the tools. And that's my other tool. And when I go to the humidor with these 2 tools, they just shut the pants. Because they say, it's okay. And it's not my cigars. Somebody, hey, so you over here, blah, blah, blah. Can you go and check these cigars? XP, whatever, ABCD, whatever. I go over there and say, before I do nothing, let me go to my car. And I go, oh shit, it's 97 degrees. Let me do this. And as soon as I hit this thing, I say, oh, that's your humidor, buddy. It's not the cigars. So the best you can have.
Yeah, Gentleman Smoke said he had a lounge. Their humidor was at 75. That's what he could read it at. And he had a cigar that had mold. It was absolutely, I know that cigar brand, and that's a good brand. They absolutely didn't send that cigar out like that. Something happened.
And note this, when a beetle comes out, let's say the temperature was right, it spawned, so it stuck its head out. The only thing that poor soul has, God gave these guys the worst life. They got 24 hours to 32 hours to find it. And so if they can fornicate, they scored, because they don't get to live past that. So they hump and die. They're not going to produce a baby that's going to live in the corner of your room. It's just going to freaking die. But so the best thing you could do for that is buy pheromone traps. And you put the pheromone in different corners. And what that'll do is, if a beetle did come out, the beetle will fly to the pheromone trap and get stuck there. But he's going to be dead. You'll find them all hard there. I found a couple, and when I take them, I put them right back on my cigar, and I light them up. I said, fuck you, man. I caught you.
Pop, 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 pop.
And they pop. Beautiful.
If you light them on the cellophane and get like that, and then do a cold draw, and then light your cigar, you'll have a great experience, man.
That are in the room, when you come on out today.
Look, let me see if I can do this so like this people understand. Well, before I'm going to explain why, because Oscar and I will have to go through the same process, or anyone else that do legally import cigars in the United States. So when you guys go and told to the brand or told to the factory that your cigars, in this case, they have mildew, they have whatever beetles or whatever, well, it's impossible. It's impossible. Now, if they were sold to you in April and you discovered that in November, or even if you discovered at the end of April, it's on you. And I'm going to show you why. Let me see if I can share this thing, which normally I can, but I'm gonna show you why. Let me see. Share the screen and Windows, and I want to share the screen. What the hell is going on? To the screen.
Don't hit the red button.
No. It's because I don't think it's gonna allow me to do this.
There you
I
go.
don't know what you guys see. Okay, you can see this. No?
Zoom in on it. There you go.
You can see this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what it says over here. Let me start from here. Hold on. Let me go over here. It says Dominican Republic Department of Health.
That's right.
Okay. So it's going to tell you who it is. In this case, it's my factory, blah, blah, blah. That's me. And you have to have this document done for the cigars, and it will tell you when it goes out and when it goes in. For instance, this one, it was 2 days ago. So, and 2 days prior and 2 days after. So this one, it was the last one, where they were already here at 8:20. Because they had to go from here to there, from customs over here to there, etc., etc. So when you have this, and they tell you over here, if you spray, you do whatever, it will show over here, and it will tell you it's nicotine, description, 4 boxes, 60 pounds, a plan, blah, 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 and it tell you what it is, intended for consumption. So if they find a beetle, they find something, chemicals, they find something over there, they will not give you this. You will not be able to enter the cigars into the United States. Simple as that. So when somebody told you that it's on the factory of the brand, it's on them.
Yes,
You have that piece of paper. There you go. There you go.
What is it? Hold on a second. Let me put that up. There you go.
You guys gotta try this rum, man.
Spain, man. It's from Spain, 2012.
Look at, try to find this rum. It's really good. Plantaray. It's aged in special cask in Spain. It's the shit, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna drink some because I'm in excellent company, and you should just celebrate a moment like this.
Now, is that because now when did you go to Spain? When did you last go to Spain? That was, I remember,
I was there before Ish. Before you got robbed.
Oh, okay. Before I went in December. Okay. I thought before me, I said, well,
that's right.
I was born there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember because you were talking about how great the experience was and actually inexpensive to eat and everything.
Salud,
He was at the end of the year.
Tenistas Largas.
Shout out.
Cheers.
Viva.
So yeah, one thing that I was about to talking before, but instead to ask you, and obviously I would never put nobody in the spot, and I know that you know the answer, but Aldi, you say that you have over there, what cigars you have? You have one of GTO Cigars?
Yeah, I'm smoking a Painkiller Lancero.
Okay, you have anything else close by that is not GTO?
No. They're all in the house.
Why should he?
Okay.
Right?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because he could have Banff. I'm sorry to tell you.
I'm not smoking the GTO, unfortunately.
Okay. I don't know you do this purposely, or no, most people don't know. And I'm going to show you something that maybe even Oscar doesn't pay attention to this because he's not the guy in packing or doing the packing process. This is normal cellophane for anyone else. Hold on. Let me do this. Okay? That's a normal cellophane for everyone else. Play fluency, play whatever. But the cure I just smoke, this is his cellophane.
It looks
Can you
thicker.
see the difference?
Yeah. It looks more durable, more thicker.
This is this, like this. This, it will take way more to do.
Yeah, even snaps louder.
Okay, why? Oscar, you don't have to say it, but I know why. But why? You know, guys, the difference of why?
No idea.
I don't know why. I don't say it.
I mean, he
Okay.
does use gloves on people, so maybe it has something to do with that. I don't know. Keep the brown on the inside instead of the outside.
No. Remember, first of all, you guys know that the cellophane is wood, right?
Mhm.
It's wood. It's not plastic. It's nothing. It's wood. And many people don't know it's wood. Remember that we were talking before that people put it, some comments over here, 3 months on the humidor, and other people put it 6 months, a year before they smoke it. They use this cellophane. That cigar is not ready from the factory, so they will tell to put it out, so they have to put a 10% porosity, so you breathe a lot. The other one that is done is a 35%, which is his, and it's because it's ready to smoke. You don't need to get more outside, more inside, more cure, nothing. It's ready to smoke. And that's the simple question, so it's the simple answer. Well, but when people put this, like I say, against this, it's for that reason. And today was for free. Next, I will start for
Thank you.
class.
You gotta charge everybody.
Well, just for clarification, I know the one that said 3 months was Andrews, and he was talking about at least 3 months.
No. I put that example because I read it. I'm not reading the whole thing. So I don't go. I don't even know who did it. But what I said is that there's people that they say, "Oh, I leave my cigars since I buy it 1 year in the humidor, 6 months in the humidor, 2 years in the humidor." Or the same thing that go to the butcher, cut 2 ribeyes today, and leave it outside in the counter for 2 years. No, you buy it today to eat today. You know. Now you eat too much, you freeze a few. But it's the same thing. So the cigar is ready to smoke from the factory.
And if
Don't
you remember,
I think a lot of that comes from just, and I think for me, the way I envision or way I see it, a lot of people just they're experimenting right on their own cigars, and that's perfectly fine. They're trying different things. They're listening to other people, and some people say this, some people say that. I think the important part is do your own research, source your information from multiple sources, and just keep learning, because there's so many
you guys
out there.
See what Indy just put over there as extra cigars? Oh, it tastes nasty because, again, a cigar is like a sponge.
That's what
it's
the
not
New
dead.
York Times smells
It's not
like.
dead until you light it. It's dead. The
not.
leaf is dead, but it's still catching all the smells, all the things. So the newspaper has a smell plus the ink. So when people do the bunches and they go to roll cigars and they have it in the newspaper, well, I will do it with different paper. I will not do it with the newspaper. Looks nice, looks fancy, looks whatever, not fancy. Looks, as a matter of fact, looks everything but fancy because you just utilize something that you already read. You know what I mean? So it's I will not use a newspaper ever in any cigar.
And
So,
you know, Andreas, that's he's from Everyday Cigar Day.
Who? Sorry, I didn't get that.
Andreas, that was commenting from Facebook. That's we had him on a couple months ago. That's Andreas from Everyday Cigar Day.
Oh, okay. Nice
So, Doc, why? What is and it is too, but I want to hear Doc on half when the cigars are rolled, they're placed in half wheels only, or they're full wheels? Is that the term, full wheels, and placed to rest on the shelves and the before they go out? What is the purpose and why is it?
I saw you what you call.
Go ahead. It's all factory purpose. Some people like half wheels, media rueda, or if it's a full wheel, or you could just pack normally 48, and then we'll wrap it in the nice white paper. And what it does is, as it's aging, as it's resting,
right.
It's a good indicator when the paper starts to turn yellow that it's been there for right at 6 months is beautiful and yellow, and it's time to bring it in. But if you're, I'll go this far. If you're doing when you're producing and you're putting stuff out as a brand owner or factory, it's always better to use high quality cellophane too.
Mm-hmm.
Thicker mill is going to protect your cigars more, and it shows a higher level. Like the better stuff comes in better cello. A thicker grade is just going to be better. It breathes. It breathes better. It's just a high. It doesn't wrinkle. It has a better presentation.
Mhm.
It has a nicer luster to it. So like when somebody gives me a cigar from a company and it's in a piss poor, very thin cello, I already know that that its origins are going to be challenging.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
you were saying, Randy, about the wheels. You're talking about this?
Yes. Yeah. Half wheel. Yes.
Okay. Half wheel is just a magazine. Normally we do yes. A
Right.
full
I
wheel.
mean, they, half wheel, full wheel.
What happened with this is pretty simple, and this has been for hundreds of years. When the bonds are bunch, they just put it online like this, on top of the table. When the roller roll the cigars and put it, then the quality control person comes, and what they do, they put the butcher paper. I just did like this to protect it. Okay, but
And you know how many's in it, basically, by a
50.
half wheel.
It's
Right?
50. It's
Yeah.
always 50. Why is 50? Because even the smallest hands, when you go like this, pick up the cigars and go like this,
Mhm.
it goes in this position. You go like
Yeah,
this, and
exactly.
it's 50. All the time goes 50. It's not 38, it's not 52, it's nothing. It's always 50. And that's what you do. The whole full wheel
Yeah,
is
makes
always 50
sense,
cigars.
right.
That's the matter if it's a girl, it's a woman, or it's a 16 years boy, or it's a 75 years man. It's going to be always 50. Unless I do something wrong, or you have to scoop it in the right way. You cannot scoop with 2 fingers. You cannot go like this. It has to go in the right way. Always 50. Never fails.
and then I'm always
That's a
I'm
half.
always guilty of coming to a wheel and I'll push from the center and I'll pop one out because that's the one I'm going to test to see how that batch is doing. And you know what? The more you test for quality, it's just better. What about if you?
Well,
Gus is missing this alligator.
yes.
Gus's wheel is only 49.
Well,
I like that though, because that gives you a visual, like you said, that gives you something to visually look at the cigar before you even touch the cigar with the paper. It just kind of gives you something to go by.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
the paper.
I'm like,
This is because that was for a. I bunched this. This is not cigars yet. They just bunched. So I
Right.
put it over here so it doesn't lose the press. Okay, but when you do like this, and always is 50. When you know how to do it, okay. The first time probably it's gonna fall in the floor, and okay, you just messed up, and they have to rewrap it or whatever. So probably you have 20 or 30 or 40. But when you know how to do it, it's like in any job, you just do automatically. You don't have to think about it. You just know that you just go on by hand. Like a chef in the kitchen, pick up the salt, and they don't have to go and go. Oh, it's 2 grams. The guys just go like this, and they know it's 2 grams.
so
So they
50 is a half wheel or 50 is a full wheel?
is full wheel. Nobody's gonna do half wheel unless that is leftovers.
Okay.
You might that somebody asks you to do 1,000 cigars and you do 1,025. Well, you just do a half wheel, but
Okay.
it's not such a thing as a half wheel. It's always 50, 50, 50. Why the cigars go in white paper on the 50 wheel into the etching run? It's easy. Any idea why, guys?
Why they go in the white paper? I thought that's what he was just saying, so you could kind of judge how it's the way that so tell me.
No, because those cigars before going and be banded and be put in the cellophane, they had to be 100% naked. So what it has when you go like this on the wrapper and all of a sudden the nicotine comes, the yellow thing comes, same thing happened with the paper. The more yellow is getting, you know how aged it is. So actually, we don't even have to put days. We know exactly that every 30 days or every 15 days is going to change the color. So you just not even look into the date. You just go like this and you say, well, that one, boom, that one, boom, that one. That's when you know, okay? When you know. Until you know that it's going to be years and years and years and years and years of experience of the factory, experience in everywhere else, you have to go just by the numbers. But when you know, you don't have to do, It's like a mechanic to this day. They have to use all the tools to know. You go to a mechanic that been doing this for 60 years, the guy you go with the car, say, oh, it's the third valve in the 4-cylinder. How you know? Well, because I've been doing it for 60 years. You know what I mean? So it's perfect. But the white paper on the wheels is just to know how aged the tobacco or how long it has been aging or racing, as a matter of fact.
I love that. I've learned those two things right there. Kind of put some stuff together in my head, guys. We got to get to a couple commercials here. Aldi, you're up for your commercial, and we got to do a couple more because we're almost at the end of the damn night.
Yeah. So Bearded Apothecary, it's coming up this Thursday. It'll be 2 weeks old. We dropped the Bearded Swifty.
2 years old?
2 weeks. 2 weeks. We dropped it on my birthday 2 weeks ago, and that was Tanya's present to me, was to drop a
Swifty's 2 weeks. I got you.
Swifty's 2 weeks old, and so that's moving along very well. It's cedar and leather. It's not like really in your face. It's nice. It's mild. It's got some great sense to it. Yeah, we're just plugging along. We're doing our thing at Soda City here in Columbia, South Carolina. Every couple of weeks, we're down at the street fair selling our wares. I'm out and about, wandering around the crowd, dragging people in. I see the guy with the beard. He looks at me, and I go, you want to smell it? Just come on over. And that's usually how they come over to the booth.
They smell your beard?
No,
like
the sense. The sense.
Okay.
I'm not like this, Randy, going, hey, come over and smell it.
I'm just checking, right? Like, but if you look at the beard and that, you want to smell that beard right there. Like that just looks like a beard you want to walk up and smell.
Yeah.
I would smell your beard, Aldi.
Yep. I was told one time by one of the places that we have it in that the stuff smells so good she'd sniff a hobo. And yep.
Well, guys, if you never heard of Madre Tierra, you're missing out. You got to go check them out at MadreTierraCigars.com. And another good Dominican cigar company. Fantastic. They've got probably 10 lines now, coming out with some new stuff. Another great sponsor of the show. Go check them out. We will be right back after this message.
Forged not with steel, but in fire and leaf. From the heart of the Dominican Republic comes a brand that brings the world together. One blend at a time. The Sulu, crafted with tobacco from 7 countries. A symphony of bold character and refined balance. The Banda, born from 8 countries. Layered with depth, strength, and complexity. And the Celebes, a Connecticut with a punch. Smooth, yet commanding. Each cigar, a story of craftsmanship, faith, and honor. Don't be basic! Be ironclad.
And another shameless plug. If you're around the Lufkin, Texas area this Saturday, May 2nd, come see me and a bunch of other folks at the Stories Cigar Lounge, Cigar Fest, their 2nd annual. Aldi was there with Bill last year with Family by Loyalty, and Aldi, you were there with BAMP and
HDA,
and it was a great time, man.
It really was. It's a beautiful little lounge, and it's a great little town. That little area is really nice. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and yeah, Kevin does some really good stuff with his brand with the Elevated Humidor. He's got some great cigars.
Oscar, do me a favor. Lee el texto. Read the text message I sent you.
Lee a texto? How do you say? I haven't done my Duolingo.
El texto.
Lee el texto. Testo?
Texto.
Testo is text. So lee.
Texto.
Texto. Okay. What is lay? It would be like Mita? Oh, read. Okay.
Read.
Okay. I didn't do my Duolingo today. I'm like today's my 17th day streak. I'm learning. ¿Cómo está? Hey, hola, ¿cómo está?
Dude, I gotta watch Born in East LA and learn that.
Bro.
You got robbed.
No, I'm not getting robbed. I'm actually learning some words besides cuss words.
Okay, guys.
That's all I know.
Yes, because it's getting late, so this has to be very, 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 very fast. Somebody I see that they hashtag GTO when the hashtag it was Haze Gray, I believe, right?
Yes, Haze Gray tonight. Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's almost 10. What about
54?
Oscar is gonna do 2 5-packs. So the
What?
GTO it will go for the 2 5-packs. So get ready with Haze Gray first, and then we'll go back to back to 2 to 5 packs from GTO Cigars.
Outstanding. But first, before we do that, Oscar, just at least tell the story, because I wanted to get to the why cigar smoke is alkaline. That thing you talk about, cigar smoke being alkaline, and our bodies are alkaline.
So when we're doing studies to try to figure out, like, what makes cigars more natural and less invasive, and why is it healthier, we discovered in selecting tobaccos, we went into a couple of rooms.
Hold on a second. It's hashtag GTO, guys, not hashtag Haze Gray.
No. Haze Gray for the Haze Gray.
No, it's
And then we
always
switch.
but right, it's been hashtag GTO.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys. So
just there, that'll be fine.
Forget about your GTO,
Hashtag
guys.
GTO, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, Oscar. Go ahead.
So we collected a lot of gas and smoke from the rooms that had anywhere from 30 to 50 smokers in there. We collected, and I said, let's study this. Let's see what's cool about this. Like what's in it. And when we discovered that the pH was actually alkaline, that was a win for us, because it was like the ones conducting the studies were all doctors, and we were like, whoa, so we happen to know that your body cannot process alkaline air. Why is it alkaline? It's alkaline because as it burns, there are for the most part no ammonia. There is no arsenic in the cigars. Cigars are all natural. So cigarettes, because of the other byproducts that they have, they introduce ammonia. They introduce arsenic into their structures. So as it burns off, it gives an acidity. So therefore, making first-hand smoke, second-hand smoke, and third-hand smoke very, very toxic and cancerogenic. So from your clothes just being in the room, and your kids coming by and touching it, or shuffling it, and that smoke coming off, they can actually get cancer from that. So very, very a wonderful fact, super factoid. Your body cannot process alkaline air. If you bring it into your lungs, you will immediately expel it. So if you want to try it, go ahead and draw from your cigar and just bring it all in. Just inhale it into your lungs and hold it there. More than likely, you'll turn blue, you'll pass out, you're going to cough it out, because your body cannot process alkaline air. So we ran this by about 500 doctors that were at a symposium. Inside there, I had a bunch of pulmonologists, a bunch of internal medicine and cardiologists, and we all attested to there is nothing alkaline air can do to you. So that's how we were able to conclude that there is no first hand, second hand, or third. So you could smoke cigars in a room with your babies in it, and nothing's going to happen to them. They will not get COPD, because it doesn't go into. If they actually did inhale it, they are going to expel it immediately. They'll cough it out, and so will you. So it's actually it's a wonderful way of knowing that this product is all natural, and it helped with the FDA study to conclude that cigar smoking premium cigars is actually better for you. And it goes along with that test, the study that we did, that proved that 3 to 4 cigars a day, you will outlive a person that's never smoked a cigar at all. So imagine that. If you're smoking cigars and you're slowing down, you're taking time to really appreciate the smoke, the pleasure of sitting and relaxing, you will have less stress. So stress is the number one killer. It makes everything worse. So enjoy your smoke. It's good. Just stay away from the high level nicotine ones. If you've got to do them, try to limit yourself to 2 or 3, because does cause problems. So I always tell guys, in moderation, everything is fine. So that's pretty much. And remember, we expel the ammonia during our fermentation process. Ammonia is liberated during that chemical process that we all try to do by heating the room and moving the tobaccos around in the pilon. every factory has their own way of fermenting. There's different techniques. Um, Not no GTO in his race. Come on now.
It is hashtag GTO only. It is only
leave it to Rob to fucking not figure that out.
No. Because I said one for Haze Gray, one for
Don't
GTO.
protect them. Don't protect them.
but it is
And-
the only
and
hashtag
because-
that
Okay, so that's what I said. So only hashtag Haze Gray, even for GTO, Haze Gray. And you see GTO,
No,
Haze Gray,
it is
GTO.
hashtag GTO for everything. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, too late.
Well, we got 60 entries for hashtag GTO. That's what it is. That's what it says on the bottom.
Guys.
That's
Guys,
what it
I
says
know.
on the bottom.
These
for the
guys
last-
don't know how to speak English. These guys don't know how to speak English, guys.
If you haven't put hashtag GTO, put hashtag GTO, and that's going to
Guys,
enter you.
I'm
for
sorry,
the-
and that's when I know.
I love that though, Doc. I love that. And one last question before I pull the drawing. So, do you think 5 cigars is too many, or 10 cigars is too many, or on average, I will smoke 3 to 5 a day, pretty much. And if I'm off, probably maybe a couple more, maybe the same, maybe only 2 cigars or 1 cigar every once in a while a day.
Yeah, I can crush 5 or 6 on a Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, you think that's too many, or is it just depends really?
Being the great physician that I am, I smoke 8 to 10 a day, and I'm still rosy red. And
Pretty as fuck.
come on, baby, you know.
There you go.
Sex machine, 40-minute go. Hey,
You heard it. Because the more you know, the more people smoke GTO.
there you go.
New one for you. You can have
No,
that one.
You're fine. You're gonna be a-okay. God bless. Long ashes.
Just try to do it in moderate. As far as what you said, like just try to do it where you know. I like the milder thing. Plus, most of that's really just with your palate, right? But some of it can be with your health wise. But just try to do it. Just do it the best you can. All right, here we go, guys. This is going to be for Haze Gray, and then we're going to do 2
You see,
giveaways.
doesn't make any sense. It makes more sense what I was saying. I'm sorry to be against, but
What
These
we always put whoever's on here is hashtag to promote their hashtag.
I understand that. But it's okay. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't know, number one, that we were going to do anything else.
Well,
So
me
that's,
neither. That's what I say. Read your test. Me neither. So everybody that was with his grade supposed to be over there, but it's okay.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
Here we go. Hashtag GTO. This is going to be for the Haze Gray giveaway. We got to thank those guys. Here we go. Round and round she goes. Where she stopped, nobody knows. Must be present to win. Who will it be? Who's going to win this 5-pack? If you won in the last few weeks, just let us know. We're going to have to trust you. Steve, let us know you're here. Let us know that you're eligible. If you feel like you're not eligible, say spin again.
He was here just right now.
Oh, McCabe, you're gonna miss out on some wonderful haze.
You're going to see. Hey, there he is.
Yeah.
All right.
It was 35 seconds, though.
Steve likes to cut it close.
All right. Congrats, Steven. All right, here we go. Now, this one is for GTO.
1 5-pack.
Here we go. I wonder who's going to win this one.
I guess we're gonna find out.
It's gonna be his wife, Colleen.
Oh my god.
Rob probably hasn't won in a year, bro.
Bullshit.
Not on this one. I don't think he's won in a long time over here.
He's not here. Roll again.
Did he leave?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was quick
Whoa.
on the draw right
13
there.
seconds.
Boy.
13 seconds.
Write that down. My chicken scratch is hard to read. All right, here we go. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows, but I don't know. Somebody knows. Oh,
Colleen.
oh my gosh! How did that
Younger
happen?
wife.
How did that happen?
Colleen went to bed.
Hey,
He's over there going, Colleen, get up. Get up. He won. Oh, my God. 15 seconds, Colleen.
Colleen, go. It's only 45 seconds, guys. Ay. No congratulations yet.
Oh my God, I'm getting nervous for Colleen.
Me too. Only 10 seconds. Steve, you there?
I'm here. I'm Colleen.
She's here. Where?
But she got a
Steve,
post.
no.
Oh, my gosh.
No. Steve say it. Steve say she's here, but it was only
There
one
she is.
computer
There she
box.
is. We got her.
All right.
That's it, man.
If you guys give me these wonderful person's address, I will.
But I told you something. You saving and shipping a lot, man. It's going to the same house.
That probably has never happened.
No.
Where the husband and wife both won some cigars. Congrats, y'all. You'll see them. Actually, you should see them this weekend. You won't even have to ship them. Y'all are going to the cigar thing, right? Colleen and Steve?
If you're gonna be there, just go see Doctor. He'll hook you up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe that they say they're going. Yeah.
Yeah. How good did that work out? Holy cow.
Also, I got
Yep.
the couple. I got both the couple. I got the husband and wife.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
see you.
Husband and wife, and they're going to see you at the pie show.
Okay.
That
Got
there
was
it.
you go.
great.
No others needed.
So the Haze Gray goes to Rob the Cigar Czar.
Oh, wait. My bad. You do. Steve won the Haze Gray. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, but Colleen got the GTO. Rob got the other 5-pack. My bad.
Okay.
Rob's
So
back there been going like, wait, what? Had me messed up too. I'm glad I wrote that down because I would have been screwed.
I have excuse. I didn't sleep since Sunday. Okay.
I know.
So I have an excuse. But
I got a question for you real quick. Hey, do you know when Ancestry will be back in stock?
well, they were in stock until today. Now you guys have to wait another 2 weeks.
So, Doc, are you still here?
I'm here, brother.
Okay, I didn't see. Yeah, there you are. Man, I appreciate you coming on. Let's go around the room real quick. Aldi, what you got? Some final words, man, for the
Doc,
good doctor. This has been a
Doc,
great
you know-
show. Lots
I
of
love you, Doc.
information.
I'm excited to be in Sheepdog with you. You're gonna love that lounge. I know you. I was just with Joe at PCA. We were talking about how great it was for you to be there and how long you hung out and everything. He really appreciates that. So, yeah, I think if you have not had GTO yet, you are truly missing out.
Ish, what do you think? You got some? Do you have some good words for the doc?
Oh yeah. And this is gonna be. This is coming from my heart. So, guys, put the subtitles. Oscar, vamos a meter una paliza a esta gente. Vamos a hablar de mierda aquí todo lo que queramos, que nadie se va a enterar de todas formas. Y ya, y para el carajo. Tú tranquilo, que todo va bien, campeón.
Anthony,
guys.
Anthony,
No,
May 9th, not Friday, Saturday, May 9th. Saturday, write that down. Anthony's.
Are you going to be there though? Aldi?
No, I'm going to be.
You see, guys, I know.
Here.
I know that's disrespectful when you guys talking. I was about to translate what I was saying to the guy, but next
Translate.
one,
I my
Translate.
apologies.
Go speak
My
around
apologies.
I
you don't have
apologize.
to apologize. I'm just joking, man.
I did not want Anthony to show up a day early again.
No, he's so good. It happened to me today. I went to Angry Beavers. I just came from there, from Mojave, they in Melbourne and in Royal Palm Beach. So Mill Point is Port St. Lucie. So I went over there and they told me, be over here the 29th because, and the voice saying, Don, it's the 30th. And Bob again, the 29th, I see, the 30th. The 20th. It was like a GTO or Haze Gray, same thing. I said, well, is it Friday or is it Saturday? and both say Saturday. I say, I see you in the 30th. It's shit like that.
All right, guys. Doc, you got any final words for Ish before we get out of here?
No, like, hey, I love the hell out of you guys. I really, really enjoy the smoking and and the energy, good information being spread out there. I'm all about the tradition, the culture,
Mhm.
the love, the respect of this of what's left in this industry. That few people actually are doing the right thing. And so it's I feel like people like Ish, me, you guys, we all really want to see this going on further. So we talking about it, educating people on the proper way to do this. Because everybody, there's so many ways you can make things your own. But I tell guys I tell them, this industry is based on tradition. It goes back 5,000 years, even before Christ. And we if they honored it, we need to honor it, and just keep it going. So it continues to thrive as something that is very wonderful to do and to share with humanity. This brotherly love that we all have with this wonderful sacred leaf, it just makes it next level. So I hope you guys have a great time when you smoke long ashes. And I got to get my camera fixed one day, but hey, great times. Thank you guys for having me, and I look forward to smoking with each and every one of you wherever we are. Please reach out if you see me. Reach out to me. Let me know, that who you are, and more than likely, I always have stuff on me, always on me. So anybody that hits me up normally gets a stick from me. So don't be afraid to reach out to me. God bless all of you. Thank you. Stay safe, and make sure you get your physicals in once a year.
And those that know, smoke GTO. Love one another. Peace out, y'all. Y'all be good, DJ.